What's going on, everybody? Y'all about to swing with still swinging, and y'all know how this go. All right, we got my girl Kendra G up, and I'm your host Thomas. All right, listen, this young lady came to Kendra G looking for love. Family, you know I ain't get into it much. Only thing far as I got, she 36 years old with 4 kids and been divorced twice. I cut it at that. We on.
Sean, you ready?
Hi,
Hi, are you ready, boo?
I'm ready.
Is your name Sean? Where are you calling me from?
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. How old are you?
36.
36. What you do for a living?
I'm a consultant and I'm a student.
Consultant and a student. Do you have any kids?
I have 4.
How old are your 4? I would never think you would. I would have never thought you have 4 kids.
I do. My oldest son just graduated high school this week.
Okay.
So.
How old are your 4 kids?
My oldest is 18. And then I have a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, and 6 years old.
Are they all by the same man?
No, I was married twice. 3 is from my first marriage, and my youngest is from my second marriage.
Okay. And when did you get divorced last?
2019.
Okay. And
Fair use, family. Fair use.
and you're in San Antonio, Texas. What's your zodiac sign?
Gemini, May 26.
Okay. So we got Shaw, San Antonio, Texas, 36, Gemini. She has mom of 4 kids by 2 men, was married twice. So you were married both of your children's dads.
Yes.
Okay. And she's a consultant and a student?
Yes, I'm in graduate school.
First assessment, she not bad looking, but she not hot. All right. She 36 years old with 4 kids, been divorced twice. I don't see many men really caring what her zodiac sign is.
School right now.
Okay, you got beautiful skin. Let's get into this.
Thank
What
you.
kind of man you looking for, honey?
I'm looking for a man who's stable, who's happy, and who is ambitious.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
If he has children and he's never married, the baby mom, that's a deal breaker for me. And if he can't afford to live the life that I can live.
If he can't afford, so what amount of money would it take to afford the life that you live?
He has to make at least 150K.
Okay. He has to make at least 150K. Okay. Ooh, Shaw, you know that's big money, Shaw.
Not necessarily.
She want more than everybody else. She want the top tier men. Okay. She got 4 kids. She been divorced twice. She 36 years old. And she demand the top tier. I bet you her baby daddies wasn't none of this. All right, not 100. She won 150.
Woo! Let it be known. Okay, so you got to make at least 150K. So just for clarification, if you made $80,000, don't DM you.
No.
The ladies tonight ain't biting their tongue. They being direct. I don't know. Is this something in the water, child? Because the women coming on my show, clear, ain't stuttering.
We have woken up. So I think it's important. I think for a long time, women have just accepted what they felt like they could get. And many of them could have gotten more had they actually been. It's like, back in the day when they said, if people knew that they were slaves, a lot more of them could have been freed. Black women have woken up at this point. We know that we can do better than what we've done.
No, you can't. Let me tell you something, baby girl. When you got your husbands, they was the best you could do. You couldn't have done better. It's not like you had better options available to you and you chose the lowest one. No, this was the option that was available to you. The best option that was available to you. And that's the one you took. You just decided in your mind after watching the internet for some time that you could do better. All right. Not that your life told you this, but that this just what you told yourself.
Done in our past. And so that's what we're going for.
So I'm assuming both of your ex-husbands made 150K or more.
No, neither of them did. I married young.
What I tell you, who care? Don't nobody care what your excuse is. We know what the reason is. They was the best you could do. All right. You ain't gonna do better than them. Now, you gonna do worse than they was. Trust me.
Okay, I married at 19 or 20. And we met in college, and neither of us at the time had money. We were young. I had 3 kids. Well, I became a mom to 3 kids in 1 year. My oldest son, I adopted him, and then I gave birth to my 2 biological kids next in line. And so, no, he didn't have a lot of money at the time. Now he does very well for himself. He's older. And I'm not looking to date someone who's in their young 20s. So I would expect that any man who reaches out to me, he has also done well for himself at this age.
Okay. Shaw, this is going to be said.
Family, she been in the gym for a few years and she thinks she hot. She thinks she hot. She not bad. All right. She not bad. She not hot. If she was to act like she could have some sense, she had some sense and get up here and talk like she really looking for a man, she probably would get one. But she want to come up here with this nonsense. All right. And listen, we men, we know you not getting this. We don't care what women told you. You don't cost more now. You cost less.
Let you respond to it, okay? Mm-hmm. I know they're gonna say, you were married to 2 men, had children by 2 men who didn't make 150K, and now you're a mom of 4. Granted, they're not that young. Your kids are 18, 14, 13, and 6. Now you're a mom of 4, and you want the next man to, I guess, in so many ways, make more income than the men you were married to and had children by. So what's your response to that?
Well, it would be foolish for anyone to have the same standard they had at 18 years old when they're 36. I don't know. That's kind of a nonsensical question for the people who would ask that.
Oh, they're going to say it. Absolutely.
It's not a nonsensical question. All right. You just don't like the answer you got to give. All right. That's what's nonsense. All right. What make it nonsense is you don't like to have to reply to nothing like that, because the answer to it don't make you sound too good. All right. So you think this gaslighting tactic might work for you, baby girl? It ain't. Let me explain something to you. You're bringing 5 people with you. 5 people. And all you got to tell a man why he need to make that is because you make that, which I know you don't. You're just a consultant and a student. If you're making $150,000 a year, you're probably not a student. You're a student because you ain't making much money and you're trying to do better. All right, baby girl, you ain't making no money. You're getting on here capping because you think that make you hotter. That ain't gonna make you hotter than men because you said you make $150,000. And that ain't gonna make men try to meet that expectation so they can get you. You're 36 years old. You got 5 people with you. We want to know what you got to offset that you bring 5 people with you. We need to know what you bringing that balance that out. In any way, shape, form, or fashion, what do you have that I shouldn't have no problem with you bringing 5 people? I'm waiting.
This is going to be said. This is why I wanted you to respond to it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would I go for this? Why would I have the same standards when I'm 18 as I would have when I'm 36?
Let me speak from, I guess, that mindset. And that mindset, when I read the comments, and I've been doing the show for 4 years, basically a man that makes 150K, do you want to get married again?
I would like to.
Okay, so it will be a man that will have to accept you and your 4 children, essentially.
Yeah.
So the method, the mindset is
Just yeah. So, family, you know, off the top, she would never appreciate the man who did that because she don't think it's no thing. She think you shouldn't have a problem with paying for 5 people who ain't your responsibility. She don't think you should have a problem with her bringing 5 people. What you think she got? What do she think she got? I need to hear this. Except she make that too.
why would a man who makes 150K, potentially marry a woman that has 4 kids and her baby daddies or her ex-husband, because you were actually married, they didn't even make that requirement. So why, as a man that I have it, should I align myself with that? That's what I see in the comment section.
I understand 2 things. One, why would the man compare himself to someone that I chose when I was very young?
Simple. Because I'm rich or I'm paid. And now, all right, since the cute dudes can't take care of their kids, you think you could just step back out here and get a paid dude to come and take care of their kids? Right? You think you could just step out here and decide, listen, I want a paid dude now. That's why you on the Kendra G show, because they ain't paying you no mind. All right, and that's going to continue to happen.
That doesn't make sense because they're not his competition. And 2, why wouldn't that man want me? Why wouldn't he want me? Look, let me speed this up. This is
let me do the Kendra Cam now. Wait, move back a little bit. So she said, why wouldn't a man want?
I'm fit, I'm gorgeous, I'm intelligent.
It's not bad, baby girl. It's not bad at all. But you got 5 people with you. It ain't nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that. It gotta be a dream. That ain't no dream. That's all right. You feel me? Maybe you think we ain't never seen better than that. You lost your mind.
I attend Harvard University. I'm very successful in my own right, especially because I have 4 children. And I'm also not looking for a man who doesn't have children. I would prefer that the man has already been married at least once. It would be great if he has a small child because my youngest daughter is 6 and she's kind of like, even though she's not a single child, my oldest son goes off to Howard in the fall. My youngest son is at one of the top junior college preparatory boarding schools in America. So he doesn't live with me.
Baby girl, listen, I think you will have a serious shot at what you want if you could come back 20 years ago. You can't come back 20 years ago, you tripping.
My other daughter, she's going to be headed off soon. So it's really just my baby girl who's with me. I would love if I could meet a man who also has a small child that I can be a mother to as well.
I was going to ask that question. So there's not an expectation that this man has to financially provide for your children?
I provide for my children.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, if you got married, is there expectation for him to financially provide for your children in any way?
There would be an expectation for him to provide for the household, as I also provide for my household.
Okay. You got some paid questions, girl.
You got 5 people with you. And we all know you ain't trying to provide much to that household. She tripping.
You know you got some paid questions, girl.
Let's get it going.
Now, for just move a little bit. You're so close to the middle. Go. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, sorry.
All right. Get It Done said, Kendra, ask her what her requirements would have been hadn't she married twice with 4 kids.
I would have looked for a man who didn't have children and probably who had not married yet. I think for me, this is just my opinion, I believe that people who don't have children already and people who have never been married, they should mate together. so that you can have a lot of those first experiences with someone else who's also going, having those first experiences. But I've had that. I've been there, done that. I've been married twice. I have my children.
I see you brought a lot of theory with you, and this order of the way things go. Let me tell you what happened with that, all those theories and stuff. This thing called life. This thing called life. And this thing called the way it is. What I'm telling you is, it don't matter that you don't like the way men feel about your situation. That's the way it is. You don't have nothing, baby girl, to offset the fact that you got 5 people showing up with you. You and 4 kids. That's too damn much.
I don't want any more biological children. So I prefer a man who's looking for a ready-made family. I would like for him to already have a family so that we can come together and, make shit shake.
Woo, make shit shake.
Listen, bro, she couldn't have got up here and just said, look, I'm looking for a man to come and spend his money taking care of me any better than she's saying.
All right. Ma said, I'm sure as a consultant, she makes around 150K. So if that's what she's asking for, I ain't mad at it. So she's on your side.
That's why she keep jumping up here talking this stuff. The ghetto get in her comments, and women can't give it to her, is what she not getting. Women can't give this stuff to her. Only thing they can do is make her feel better. All right, they can make her feel better about this ridiculousness that's coming out of her mouth. But see, when we as men talk, we bring them back to reality, so they don't like to listen to us. All right, we gotta live this thing called life, real life. We can't walk around in the days like this. All right, she dreaming, fellas. She too old to grow up. I'm telling you.